So, Billy wanted me to be nervous, and what he doesn't know is the symptoms of being nervous and excited are the same. You just got to flip it. So I'm excited, right? Excited. All right. So, we're going through parables. We're going through parables. One that I drew is the parable of the sower. Now, a little bit of context for me itself. First time I ever read this, I was, I don't know, somewhere in there. I was about 13. And I just picked up a Bible and kind of opened it and went, ooh, red letters, that looks important. Okay. All right, looks like somebody needs a better bag and learned how to farm a little better. But okay, all right, yeah. Didn't understand it. Didn't know what was going on. And here's why. After we read it, I'll explain more. There's more to it. So, he told them many things in parables, saying, a sower went out to sow. And as he sowed, some seeds fell along the path, and the birds came and devoured them. Other seeds fell on the rocky ground, where they did not have much soil, and immediately they sprang up, since they had no depth of soil. When the sun arose, they were scorched, and since they had no root, they withered away. Their seeds fell among thorns. The thorns grew up and choked them. Other seeds fell on good soil and produced grain, some 100-fold, some 60, some 30. He who has ears to let them hear. Now, this parable is it's the first time that Jesus is speaking in parables to people. Because up until this point, it was Jesus teaching, the disciples understanding, the Jewish people understanding, and now he's just teaching to people, right? Jews, Gentiles, all that, all at the same time. And if you notice, something about this parable is it doesn't start with the kingdom of heaven is like, God is like, the Father is like. It's none of that. Now, why? Why? Because he's talking to you. He's talking to the people reading. This is about the people. It's the beginning. It's how people get saved. It's how people understand and submit to him. That's what he's talking about. Now, he who has ears, let them hear. That's confirming prophecy. Isaiah 6, everybody loves the part like, I'm here, Lord, send me, but forget to keep reading. And when they keep reading, it says, though they have ears, they will not hear. Though they have eyes, they will not see. In other words, God at the time is telling Isaiah, yeah, you're going to tell them all this stuff, but nobody's going to listen. Nobody's going to listen. Nobody's going to understand it. Nothing like that. And Jesus is confirming this prophecy. Okay? So, why sowing a field? Well, in ancient Israel, everybody was a gardener. Everybody was a farmer. So he met them where they were. It gave them something they understood. That's what Jesus does with people. If you haven't seen it in your own life, that's what he does. It's where he met me. It's where everybody that I've talked to. He meets you where you are, in your brokenness. And then a couple things happen, right? So, this is also the parable that Jesus actually explains it, like right then. Because imagine being the disciples at the time, and they're like, all right, hey, wait a minute, what was that? We haven't heard that before. Oh, so he's speaking in parables now so that the people that will get it, get it. And the people that don't. Now, here's the different types of people. There's only 4. This is where he explains it. Hear the parable of the sower. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, the evil one comes and snatches away what has been sown on his heart. This is what was sown along the path. Along the path, right? In between these fields, you got paths so that they can walk, and the farmers can walk and do what they need to do. Over time, dirt compresses and compacts and it becomes hard. And on top of that, just a little bit about gardening, because I have a garden. So they were like, parable of the sower. All right, cool. Yeah, I kind of know about that stuff. But okay. As it's compacting down, all the nutrients, all the good soil washes away, and you're left with clay. Clay gets very hard. What did they make bricks out of at the time? Clay. Right? So, it gets very hard. Now, these are the people that have a hard heart. Now, who's the sower in this? Is it you or is it Jesus? It's Jesus through you. Everybody's a messenger for everybody. Some people are going to hear the word and hear the good news of Christ. And it's just not, it's going to bounce. If you ever notice, if you take a seed and on like really compacted ground, like I've noticed this, where you throw it on there and it kind of bounces. Like it is not getting in there. There's nothing's going to happen. So what do? Well, Jesus will grab a hammer that is a person and break it up and break up your heart and remove those hard parts, because this isn't just like, oh, he has a hard heart about everything. This is every aspect of your life. It's not just your faith. It's your finances. It's your home situation. It's your work situation. It's what is going on in your life. And are you letting Jesus run it, or are you running it? All right? Sorry, it's in the book. So, as for the one sown on rocky ground, this is the one who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. We see this a lot. Right? Let's keep going. Yet he has no root in himself, but endures for a while, and when tribulation or persecution arises on account of the word, immediately he falls away. See this in churches a lot. Somebody gets saved, and all right, cool, yeah, they're on fire, and they're just ready to do something, and then they're like, all right, and then we do exactly what we've done for a long time, and all right, here's the Bible, go get them. Okay, yeah, but okay, yeah, I'll keep going. And then the devil starts attacking them from different angles. Their friends start going, wait, you're going there? You're one of those people now? Oh, okay, well, I guess. And their own family, their own issues, everybody around them is just starting to like persecute them. Now, persecution not in the way of like, they're standing in front of a judge, but persecution and they're ostracized, they're pushed away. And where are we at? Where are we at with those people? There's discipleship in everything, including this parable. This is our job. We're supposed to be there and help them understand, help them grow in their faith. Help them understand that, yes, you will be persecuted. There's going to be people that aren't going to like you. They're just not. And what is our job? Love them. Love and pray for them. But this is about your soul. People don't understand that. Like, they start getting a hit from every angles, and then they sit there and scream like, wait a minute, I thought you said things were going to get better. No. It doesn't necessarily get better. You will be persecuted in his name. It's going to happen. So people are on fire, they're ready to go, and then something happens, and then we don't see them. They disappear. Is that type of person. As for what was sown among thorns, this is the one who hears the word, but the cares of this world and deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and it proves unfruitful. Who's heard this? I tried Jesus, it didn't work. Give you one better. Who said this? Yeah. A while back, a long while ago. I was in and out of churches with friends, and it was kind of like I'd hear people talk about it, and I'm just like, all right, yeah, that's cool, that's good for you. I tried that thing. It's not, I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, you're right. I didn't get it because it wasn't time, and because I was stubborn, and because I didn't listen to the godly people around me. Nobody's immune to stuff like this. It happens. You start getting choked out by what everybody thinks, or by your finances, or by your issues at work, or by the stress of just living in this world today. And then it becomes like, okay, yeah, I know I need to go to church. I know I need to pray, Lord. I know I need to study. But I got this thing that's right in front of me that I got to handle it. And then after that, I got this. And then after that, I got this. So I'm sorry, I can't. I can't do it. Like, there's just not enough time in the day. And you start coming up with all these excuses and reasons on why you can't pick up a book and read. Slow down for 10 minutes and pray. What's prayer but a conversation? We have access to the Almighty God of the universe, and we don't talk to Him. Nobody wants to talk to Him. Everyone wants to blame Him for everything and put everything, oh, well, God's just this, and God's just that, and da-da-da. Well, are you telling Him that? God knows your heart. Don't be afraid to gripe at Him every once in a while. Maintain your reverence. Maintain your respect. But, there's times where it's just like, I don't know. I don't get it. And then you get inside your head and like, what do I got to do? And then you realize you don't got to do nothing but give it to Him. Everything. Now, people hear that. And they're like, okay, so that just means don't do nothing and let Him handle it. No. Take something as far as you can at work. Take something as far as you can until you can't. Like, do what you're supposed to do. Remain obedient. Pay attention to what's going on around you. We're all messengers for each other. I see it all the time. I've watched it happen in this room. I've watched it happen in this room where people are like, I need this, I need help, I need this. And it's like, okay, well, cool, that's good for you. I'll pray for you. Okay, like, you're telling me, you're not giving me enough. You're not helping me. You're not telling me that this is a thorn that needs to be pulled out of the garden that is your heart. All these things He can handle. If you really think about it, He can, come on, He endured and has endured and is continuing to endure all of our mistakes. So why can we just not take our hands off the wheel for a minute and go, you know what? This might hurt. This situation, this storm that I'm about to go into, or that I'm in, or that I just finished. It's one of the three. You're either going into, in the middle, or finished with. Some sort of a storm or a test. And we just choke it out ourselves. We try ourselves. When there's some things that just we can't fix. I'm a technician by trade. I fix things. That's what I do. Hush. Hush. I'm a technician by trade. Don't pay attention to him. No, not right now. Anyway. I'm a technician by trade, and there's just some things, there's some machines, obviously, all right, we all know I work with IC, Danny's my boss. Okay, that's out of the way. So, there are machines. There are times where it's just like, there's this wrong with it, there's this, like everything is just broke. I can't fix it. It would cost more time, money, and effort to try and limp this thing along than just, I can't do it. Not everything is for you to fix. Guys, I'm talking to you. We are horrible about it. Not just technicians, but guys in general. We want to fix everything. It's just some things you can't fix. You can help. You can help. You can pray. You can give it to Him. You can give it to Him. See what He tells you to do if you pay attention. it to him. Now, as for what was sown on good soil, this is the one who hears the word and understands it. He indeed bears fruit and yields, in one case 100-fold, in another 60, and in another 30. We all want to be the good soil. It's where we all want to be. But we're not there. Not as much as we want to be. And definitely not as much as he says we should be. And how do you make soil? How do you, if you don't have any depth of soil, and it's full of weeds, and it's full of rocks? Exactly, actually. How you do that in a garden, you pull the weeds out and put them right there on top. And let God handle it. And what happens? He breaks it down. He makes it not a weed anymore. But instead it becomes part of your testimony. It becomes part of the good soil. It becomes who you are. It's something that you've gotten across, that you've gotten through. And what the thorns do, but they scratch you up and they make scars. As you're there trying to pull it up, your hands are going to get cut. Things are going to get removed from your life. You're going to be told to give up things that just don't make sense. And it's just like, Lord, why am I giving this up? It's nothing. It's fine. It's stuff, but it's all right. Like, I got it. What does that sound like but a pet sin? And disobedience to God. He tells you to get rid of it. He tells you to get it out of your life. He tells you, love that person from a distance. Bring this person in. Witness to this person. Talk here. Preach here. You know, something about preaching, right? You know, it's how everything got started. You know what the first sermon ever preached was? Let there be light. So, it's not just people up here on the podium. It's you guys. Yeah, we all have different gifts. We're all different people. He wants us to be different. He wants us to, go against the grain of this world and all that. But we are all teachers. We are all witnesses and messengers for each other. Just pay attention. Because it'll come from people you have no idea. And stop letting this world tell you about God, and why don't you just talk to him? Become the good soil. Now, again, all four of these are all responses to the gospel. Jesus is the sower, but he tells you to go, but he tells you in the Great Commission, go. Go and spread the word. Make disciples in his name. He sows it through you if you answer the call. So, something God, let me ask you guys something. This is kind of off script. Does God know your name? I don't know why, but this came to me the other day. For a very long time, I always went by my last name, from football and the military and all that. And still, if she says my last name in a certain tone, it kind of, snaps me back. So it is what it is. But, and there, hush. Anyway, so my first name, that was something that I just didn't hear for a very long time. And it was just, it was odd because it's my first name, right? So that was a special thing, right? And for a very long time, if anybody knew my first name, that was usually a bad thing. Yeah. You don't want to hear a general call you Nathan. Like, oh, what is, we use last names here, sir. What? Okay, whatever. But, so anyway, I got to thinking about that, and it's weird, because the more I think about, God calls us by name. He did literally for me. And it was kind of weird because the more I think about it, go back to Nightland Navigation in Washington State. It's pitch black, nobody's out there, and I look up and I see all these stars. There's no light pollution. It's beautiful, right? And even lost, I was like, that's crazy. Okay. God painted the night sky. Been in the Grand Canyon where, going up to it, I'm like, oh, we're going to see a hole in the ground. All right. And then you get there and it's just this vast openness of, a hole in the ground, but this art piece that God carved out of this earth. In Colorado, in the fall time, every street you go down, it's like a picture on a postcard. All the colors, all the this, all the everything. And it's just beautiful. Just like, there's no other word to describe it, but it just is. And he controls all that. Looking out, into the Gulf of Mexico, you go down to Galveston and you just see nothing but water. And knowing that it's all controlled and it's all moving in tides and ebbs and flows, and it's just there. And it's being controlled by him. So the God of all that knows your name. While he was painting the night sky, while he was removing the rocks out of the Grand Canyon, while he was determining the color spectrum of the leaves of the trees, he knew your name. And if you listen, if you just listen, start becoming good soil, pull the weeds, get the rocks out of there, start adding more. How do we do that? Prayer, study, discipleship. Start talking to people. Start spreading the word. Fulfilling the Great Commission. Doing what you're supposed to do. Remaining obedient to God. That's how you build up good soil. You start doing good things. You turn it over. You bring what's underneath that hard heart, what's underneath there. A lot of times, by the way, you break that stuff up, you pull it back, and you have this rich, amazing soil that anything can grow in. So don't get deceived like, I have a hard heart, or so-and-so has a hard heart about this or about that. Okay? So? Get in there. Talk to them. Find out who they are. Earn the right to share the gospel with them. How about that? This isn't, when we say discipleship around here, it's not like, okay, I got my Bible, I'm going to start going, hey, have you heard of Jesus? Have you heard of Jesus? No, calm down. Okay, there's a time and place for that, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, hey, man, what's going on? I've noticed, you're the guy at work that's kind of slacking, he's kind of dragging. Like, hey, man, what's going on? Talk to me. Tell me what's up. I'm trying to help you. What's going on? And it's going to that guy that all of a sudden is just in a really good mood. And you're like, hey, what's going on? I found Jesus. All right, cool. Come with me. I know him too. Not, oh, okay, you're good. You know him? Awesome. All right, yeah, thanks, I'm done. That's not what we're supposed to do. What we do is stand in the gap and pray for people and help people. Physical ways that we can, spiritual ways that we can. That's being good soil. And it's not just waiting for it to happen. Go out there. Be bold. Proclaim the gospel. Don't hide. A lot of people wear these tucked in. Why? Are you ashamed? Just sang a song about not being ashamed. Just saying. Are you afraid to tell people? Yeah, I follow Christ. Yes, I am working my way to be a disciple of Christ. I'm doing what I can. I'm being obedient. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I have the faith. I have enough faith to say that. I have enough faith to know that I'm not going to be persecuted by someone right next to me. Or if I am, hey, that's how it's supposed to be. Stop being afraid to pull the weeds. Stop being afraid to break up the soil. Break it up, turn it over. Romans 1 says that. If you don't turn over a hard heart, if you don't turn that soil over and renounce and accept Jesus as King and Lord of your life, Romans 1 says God will turn you over to that sin. So tend the garden that is your heart and others, and know to recognize and how to help people through things. And give it all to Him. You're not in this fight alone anymore. A lot of people feel that way for a very long time. And sometimes can continue to in ways that they're alone. I promise you, you're not. Even looking back on my own life and the mistakes I've made and thinking like, oh, was God really? Yeah, He was. Yeah, because that could have gone a lot worse. It could have gone a lot worse. It could have this. It could have that. But you start to see that He's with you all the time, helping you tend the garden of your heart, helping you tend the soil, helping you get the bad seed out of there, and showing you how to do it so that you can help others. You guys are... If you haven't accepted Jesus as King of your life, now's the time. When would now be a good time? If you haven't, then we're not guaranteed tomorrow. Now's the time. He died for you. God donned flesh in the form of Jesus and walked this earth. He knows what you're going through. He's already been here. He knows what this life is like and what it can be. Give it to Him. Let Him handle it. Let Him handle it.
Yeah. You know, I know today's been different, but it's really been the same. We're here, we're broken people, trying to serve a perfect God. And we're broken people trying to help broken people. Because, and there's a song that I just heard for the first time, and of all places to hear it on was the Southern Gospel channel. Only a broken man can help a broken man. I'm excited to see what God's going to do with you, my brother. Yeah. That's... God.
God told me. I tried. All right. Y'all that have seen me in youth and all that know that I'm a researcher. That's what I do. I look through things, I pick them apart and all that. Every time we're trying to prep for this, completely lose my.
I can confirm there's no notes. I can confirm that there's no notes. But today's been different but the same. And I think sometimes we get lost in music genres and what I like and what, I don't like that and this is that. And we miss who it's about. I didn't get a long time with the kids, but I got enough to tell them, I think we've lost the fun of church because we've taken it out. We don't come in here to worship. We come in here to make God happy because we came to church. We don't come in here ready with our hearts prepared to worship together. You can worship God by yourself, but we come in here as a church family to worship together. It's the first time I've ever been able to stand next to Deshauna and worship right here. And I just felt something from you today. And it just different, but the same. Because I know who you are. And, what I was actually saying before we got started, not why would we change this, but why would we change it back? Why would we not want to be this close? And why would we not want to just worship together like this? Jesus Christ, God in the flesh, thank you, Nathan, came into this world with the purpose of paying the sin debt that I had. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to leave you all out right now. It's about me. I'm going to get selfish for just a moment. But I want you to do the same thing. He died for me. He went to the cross. He shed his precious blood on the cross of Calvary for me. The wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. There is no remission of sins without the shedding of blood. It's in the Bible. You look it up. He shed his precious blood. He poured it on the altar of God and said, I'm offering this for the sins of Billy. Because he's going to be a mess. And God will take that mess and he'll make a masterpiece. Danny, I got to share it. I hope you're okay with this. What we talked about Friday. A lot of people weren't comfortable with last week. A lot of people told me they weren't comfortable last week. But I want to tell you what happened right here. Jess sat down because she was in pain. And in a lot of pain. And I got people to come up and pray for her. I didn't point you out. I didn't tell you to come up. I said, who is going to come up and pray for her? And by the power of the Holy Spirit, someone touched Jess. And I heard her make a sound. It was like, ah. And she said when whoever it was that touched her, the pain left. Brothers and sisters, we're here to take care of each other. We're here to pray for one another. We're here to build each other up. We're here to lift one of each other up. We are here to disciple each other. And through that, God will bring in others who need to be discipled. And we need to rally around them and disciple them too. If God brings in 50 or 500, it does not matter. It's about how faithful we are to God. Look what God just did right here. How awesome was this? I mean, if you praise God for what he just did through Mike and this band and his leadership. Mike, this is, brother, I saw your text and I didn't respond. But my brother, that's leadership. What you showed to this group in this text. I'm not going to share what the text was, but that's leadership. What do you want from God? Are you here to get something or are you here to give something? I'm serious. Are you a consumer and that's why you're here? I'm going to get as much as I can. Or are you a producer? You want to come in and get it and take it out into the world, take Jesus out there to those who need it. Which one are you? Who do you want to be? I know what that man wants to be. That man wants to pour every ounce of energy, every ounce of his strength that God gives him into the youth that come into this building. I know that man's heart. And it's the same thing, except it's to you. I know that man's heart. I know the hearts of the people up here. I know some of your hearts. You're here to serve. Brothers and sisters, if you're not here to serve, I want to know why. Why aren't you serving? And service is as simple as saying, Christy, I know you're hurting. Can I pray for you? It's that simple. Are you doing that? We're going to sing a song, Made for More. They're going to sing it. Because we are made for more. We're made for more. We're not here just on Sundays. We're not a Sunday morning church. We're not Sunday morning Christians. We're not Sunday morning disciples, sort of. We are 7 day a week, 365 day a year, 24 hours a day, followers of Jesus Christ. We're made for more, and we need to take it out into the world. Y'all sing, I'm going to cry. What are you here for? You answer to yourself. You answer to God. Let's sing this.